Hi, I'm Joe, and in this video I'm going to cover everything you need to know about high-paying degree apprenticeships, what they are, how much you get paid, and how to apply. The video is split into different sections, so feel free to jump around to the bits that are most relevant to you. Before we get into the potential earnings and different apprenticeships you might apply to, let's start with degree apprenticeship is a program offered in the UK where you work full-time at a company in a role while studying for your degree. You juggle study and work by committing at least 20% of your working hours studying towards your degree. These programs tend to be 3 to 4 years long, and guess what? You don't pay a single penny towards your degree, and you get paid full-time. By the way, apprenticeships also come at different levels. Levels starting ones that are equivalent to an A-level, ranging all the way up to ones that are equivalent to a master's. So it's free, there's no debt, and you get paid. What are some of the other benefits? I think the most important one is that you get 3 to 4 years experience in a skilled role. Graduates are finding it increasingly difficult to get a job after they've done their degree. And that's mainly because companies are asking for experience. Along with the degree, they want people who have worked in an office environment or a job environment close to the ones that the graduates are applying to. This is mainly due to the fact that the companies don't want to spend time training these graduates and rather want someone who's got experience and just able to go straight in. So if you've done an apprenticeship and then you go to these big job interviews and they ask for experience, you have that sucker punch because you have that 3 years experience or 4 years experience while you were doing your apprenticeship. Essentially, the degree will take care of the fundamental learning and the concepts and industry learning, whereas the work experience will give you the real applicable know-how. By the way, I've made a full video comparing going to university versus doing an apprenticeship. You can find that video on my channel or somewhere here. That will cover everything you need to know in order to make a decision whether you want to do university or do a degree apprenticeship. Also, a degree apprenticeship can be really helpful for anyone looking to switch careers. If you want to switch careers but you're worried because you have responsibilities that apprenticeships are not going to pay well, then we'll cover some of the degree apprenticeships that you can apply for that actually do pay well. They can be high paying enough for you to make a change in your career. It gives you enough to cover while you make the career switch, and then once your apprenticeship is done and get a role in that industry, hopefully you'll be higher paying than before. Then you'll be all right, isn't it? So let's talk minimum wage for a second. Here in the UK, all workers have a minimum wage dependent on their age, but it works slightly differently for apprentices because it is less than the minimum wage of a normal person, the regular minimum wage. For 2024, the minimum rate is £6.40, and this is the same for all apprentices. But if you're over 19 and into your second year of your apprenticeship, then you will be paid the national minimum wage, either £8.60 or £11.44, depending on your age. Now the boring stuff is out the way, let's have a look at some industries that offer high-paying degree apprenticeships that you can apply for. And by the way, when I say high-paying, I'm not comparing it to normal roles or just jobs in this industry in general, but it's in comparison to the national minimum wage to make it competitive and also just higher than what you expect an apprentice might make. As of right now, the most high-paying degree apprenticeships are in tech or IT. And that's because a degree apprenticeship is a great way for school leavers, people looking to switch careers or gain more experience in a different role to get into IT without actually having any experience in it. I can personally attest to this because I do an IT apprenticeship, and my previous experience of IT was sneakily playing games in the back of ICT in year 9. That was it. No GCSE, no A-levels with anything to do with computing or IT. It can be a great segue into a whole new world of IT without experiencing it before. The heap of hands-on experience you gain in an apprenticeship can really accelerate you in a fast-growing industry. By the way, it's not just software development or software engineering that are offered in these degree apprenticeships and in these companies. Big tech companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Capgemini all offer different apprenticeships across the company in a variety of roles. You can expect to earn anywhere between £25,000 and £49,000 a year at some tech companies as an apprentice, not just any other employee, as an apprentice. Usually, if you think high-paying jobs, you tend to think of men and women suited and booted in the middle of London working dog hours. So it's only natural that finance is an industry that are offering high-paying degree apprenticeships. From accounting to auditing to banking. All the big banks and firms do offer apprenticeships in a variety of roles as well. Some of these finance companies also offer tech roles like cybersecurity or tech engineering roles. By the way, I will leave a link to apprenticeships down below that I've listed in the video or talked about in the video, so you can actually go and apply. Just like any other job, if you want to make money, then banking is a good place to start. You can expect to start earning around 21 to 30K a year during these apprenticeships. Engineering is the art of putting design into action. So if it's all about doing, how much can you really do by reading or writing behind a screen or a book? For an aspiring engineer, an apprenticeship can get you that hands-on experience that you want way faster than a degree can, at a much bigger quantity. Electrical is the most popular form of engineering here in the UK and is one of the oldest apprenticeships offered, but it's usually at a level 3, which is equivalent to an A-level, but degree ones are popping up. BMW offer this engineering technician apprenticeship, and it's £35,000 a year as your salary. Jaguar Land Rover is also very popular for their apprenticeships, and they're offering a range of roles, all offering a salary at around £24,000 a year and above. I don't know if I've been looking into the wrong camera the whole time, but yeah. Another good place is Rolls-Royce. They've been offering apprenticeships for over 100 years. Apprenticeships in engineering can often be placed outside of London. That's because these big manufacturing companies or these big companies have headquarters and engineering headquarters in a place not like London, because you need a lot of space. And because it's not in London or a major city, sometimes the salaries can be a bit lower than what you might expect if you were to get one in London. But the thing is, you'll still be set up to earn those jobs that require a few years experience compared to coming straight out of university. Range of salaries for engineering roles can be from 20K all the way up to 36,000 pounds. Healthcare is seeing a significant increase in the demand for skilled individuals. Well, it kind of always has been in demand. There's never enough supply for that. NHS are seriously understaffed. They're offering apprenticeships to entice younger people to get into healthcare and into the NHS. And it's a bloody good package. I'll tell you that, it's a bloody good package. Over 350 apprenticeship opportunities exist in the NHS today. 350. The opportunities lie in nursing, operating department practice, and if you really want to dig your feet into a high-paying degree apprenticeship, the NHS also offer a podiatry degree apprenticeship. Dig the feet because of the podiatry. Yeah, no. Salaries start from 18K, and depending on what kind of role you chose, you can get all the way up to £30,000 as an apprentice. But looking at it after, if you're a podiatrist, you can earn like 30 to 90K in the NHS. And then if you earn, if you have your own practice, you could earn over 100K for feet. Now, you might not think of sales, but there are sales apprenticeships, Now let's talk about sales. Sales is going to be situated across all different companies and industries, because everyone needs to sell their product and their service. In a sales role, you learn how to communicate, how to influence, and most importantly, how to sell. And these 3 skills can get you very far in life. If you wanted to start your own business, I'd probably say these 3 are the skills you need to start your own business and be good at it. Not only are you learning effective communication strategies, you're learning soft skills like negotiation and problem solving, which make you an invaluable asset in the professional world. It's literally one of those roles where experience far outweighs whatever you've learned. And some apprentices are eligible to commissions as well. So adding on to their already high-paying salary, you could get a bonus of 25,000, I don't know, whatever the number is, of commissions, depending on how well you do, obviously. With this field, you might also have revenue targets and sales targets, which is another piece of the puzzle when juggling an intense apprenticeship. Since sales skills are highly transferable, the apprenticeship can open up a variety of opportunities and avenues you can explore in the future. Most of the big tech companies will offer a range of apprenticeships. You just have to go onto their website and have a look for yourself. Project management, finance, solutions architecture, business analyst, data analyst, all current opportunities open right now. And that's just Amazon. Imagine all the other ones. So how do I apply for an apprenticeship? You do it just as if it were a job. When opportunities are open, companies will advertise it on their website and you apply for it and you go through the hiring process, but it's usually slightly different to the normal hiring process. Look, I don't know any trade secrets or anything around hiring apprentices, but usually companies will alter their hiring process for apprentices to focus more on personality, attitude towards learning, and kind of valuable experiences they've had in different jobs, different industries, or their education. From my opinion, it's usually around how well you fit into the company and the company culture. So there are three main places to find degree apprenticeship: the government website, not going uni, and the company website. The time of intake can vary, but it tends to be similar to the academic curriculum, so either September or January intake for apprenticeship. This means you'll see opportunities fly all over the place throughout the year. When applying to an apprenticeship, keep in mind you're not applying to a job. Companies aren't expecting you to be an expert in the field that you're applying for an apprenticeship in. Saying that, you do have to show you've gained valuable experience in whatever you've done in the past, whether that be education, whether that be through extracurricular activities, or through past jobs. They want to see that you've kind of grown from your experiences, you know, whether that be positive or negative experiences. They want to see that you've grown like a tree. Your CV should include all the work, education, volunteering that you've done, but it shouldn't be an essay. Keep it simple to read and comprehensive of you as a person. I will do another video where I go over how to write a good CV and all of the things around applying for an apprenticeship. So once you've done your apprenticeship and now you're looking at a permanent role, if you're looking at a permanent role in the same company, in the same role that you've been doing, then you're likely to see an increase in your salary. You're likely to see a jump anywhere between 10 to 50%, I would say. That's heavily dependent on your company, the location, and the role. Companies would have invested 3 to 5 years in you, so it's kind of expected that they're likely to offer you a job, but they don't have to. They might not have space for you, they might not have a role for you, or unfortunately, in some cases, they might not want you to stay on. So post-apprenticeship, you could be looking at around 20 to 40K if you're in sales before commission. So commission, that could rise much higher. If you're in tech, anywhere between 40 to 70K, I would assume. Healthcare, anywhere between 23 and 40K or even higher. And with most companies, they have different levels or different seniority, different experience, and you'll likely be hired at the same level a graduate might be hired. But you might not be on a scheme. For example, if you did a software development engineering apprenticeship, you might be hired as a junior developer after you've done your apprenticeship. I have heard of some big tech companies that offer apprenticeships and don't limit their apprentices to a certain level. So they're allowed to apply for promotion as any other employee would in that company. If that's the case, then through your apprenticeship, you'll be kind of treated like everyone else and you apply for promotion as everyone else does. And then when you finish your apprenticeship, you'll just be on the role that you've got to during your apprenticeship, or the level that you've got to, sorry, not the role, the level. When applying to the apprenticeships, beware, look out for the location, be prepared to move if you're far away from that company location, because they often require apprentices to be in the office in person. Also, be prepared to move on from the company after you've done your apprenticeship, or even in some cases during. It might not be the right fit and you might have to move on. That was comprehensive, and I hope that was useful to any of you looking to do degree apprenticeships or wanting to know more about degree apprenticeships. If it did help, please leave a massive thumbs up down below. It will help loads of people answer some questions they might have about apprenticeship. And when you're down there, you might as well just hit that subscribe button to learn more. Just a disclaimer, the salaries are all estimates and from online sources. They might not be 100% concrete, but they're meant to give you a range or give you an idea of a range that you could potentially earn while you're doing a degree apprenticeship in that field. Thank you for watching. See you next time.